Next Pelikan release will be in less than 1 week, and in this video I will show you all new puzzles. And I'll start my review with the social distance Soma cube. This puzzle was designed by Lucy Powells, and first time it will be available in 3 different wood combinations. Usually Pelikan does only 1 version, sometimes 2, but this time there will be 3. Venge and maple, babinga and maple, and purple heart and maple. As you can see, it is not a regular Soma cube. The parts, the cubes are separated with small wooden parts, and that is why it is called social distance, since each piece is on the distance. I don't want to spoil the solution, so I will just take it apart so that you don't know how to assemble it back together. The puzzle has only 1 possible solution, and now you can see that each piece is unique and has the those maple parts placed in a strategic way, so that when you put the parts together they will form a cube, but only 1 possible solution. Great looking puzzle and an interesting challenge. I like when designers take an existing puzzle and do something new with it, especially like Soma cube, very popular, and a lot of people do various interesting puzzles based on the Soma cube. The next puzzle, called Smuggler, it was also designed by Lucy Powells. The puzzle is made using 2 different types of wood, oven and maple. As you can see, we have a tray here and a bunch of parts, but the parts have a cutout in them. Like each piece has a small cutout, and there are 4 small wooden parts. They are made from maple. You have to figure out the way how to assemble all these parts inside of the frame. And obviously all these white parts go inside of the dark color pieces, and you have to put them in a correct way to fill the tray. The puzzle is called Smuggler since all these white pieces are hidden inside of the dark color pieces. So when it is solved, you won't be able to see any white parts. And now you can go overboard and no one will notice that you bring those white pieces inside of the dark color parts. Quite an interesting puzzle with only 1 possible solution. And one more design from Lucy Powells. It is called Antislide 2L. It is another puzzle in a series of Antislide puzzles from Lucy Powells. I guess Pelikan made already like 3 or 4 different Antislide puzzles, and this is another one. But this one is a little bit different since all previous puzzles were like only 1 layer, but this one has 2 layers of parts. It is not the solution, it's not a spoiler. There are like 41 ways to put the parts together, but only one of them will be anti-slide. Here, as you can see, I can just remove the parts and they slide out of the tray. But you have to figure out the way so that you put all the parts onto this tray and none of the parts will be able to slide out. And as you can see, there are only 2 parts that will be holding the or holding all the pieces, so it will be quite a challenge to find the correct way to assemble them. I guess out of 41 possible solutions, you will find at least half of them before you will be able to find the correct one that will allow you to do the anti-slide solution. The name of the next puzzle is Out of Center. It was designed by Alphonse Eichmanns. This puzzle was made using 3 different types of wood, Venge, maple and babinga. The puzzle looks absolutely stunning, and the name Out of Center comes from the shape of the puzzle. As you can see, the parts are out of center. And usually these board puzzles, they have like a perfect symmetrical shape, but this one is a little bit out of center. The puzzle is quite challenging to take apart and even more challenging to assemble back together, since there are like 18 parts here and most of them have a unique shape. And it is really hard to figure out how to put them back together. Maybe it will be not that hard to disassemble. Maybe you'll figure out the way eventually how to remove all the parts. But the assembling will be something really challenging. So you have to pay attention when you take it apart and assemble back together. We have another addition to the Minima puzzle series from Frederick Boucher. The name of this puzzle is Minima Second Drawer. It is made from 2 different types of wood, elm and venge. This puzzle is even crazier than the first one. Again, we have a similar box where there is a drawer that you can remove, but if you remove all the parts and take a look inside the drawer, you will see why it is even crazier. There are 4 wooden pegs sticking out from all the sides, and you have to figure out the way how to fit these 5 parts inside of the drawer in such a way that you can close it and there will be no sticking out parts. It will be quite a difficult challenge since it is enough to fit like one piece and the drawer isn't closed already. So maybe you can try to put it a different way. The drawer is closing, but then you add one more part and again the drawer won't close. So it will be quite a difficult challenge to find the correct solution, but not as difficult as out of the center puzzle. This one will be even much more difficult to solve. The Minima second drawer is possible to solve, but it looks absolutely crazy at a first glance with all those packs sticking out. Great puzzle, great addition to the collection, especially if you have all puzzles from the Minima series. You have to get this one as well. The name of the next puzzle is Slider H. It was designed by Benjamin Hyde. The puzzle was made using 3 different types of wood: paduk, acacia, and Peruvian walnut. Never heard of that. It's first time when Pelikan use it, I guess. The shape of the box, the shape of the opening actually looks like letter H. That's why the name of the puzzle is Slider H. And you will find why there is a word slider in it once I remove the parts. Okay, once the parts are out, you will find that there are 6 parts here on the desk and 1 inside of the frame. It is not possible to remove it. It is glued to the bottom, but here is the sliding part. The bottom slides. As you can see, there are magnets here, and this part is held by a magnet, but when you need, you can just slide it and it moves the inner piece. So to put the rest of the parts inside of the frame, you will have to move the bottom. And you have to pack all the parts inside in such a way that the dark color parts won't be visible from the top. So they will be somewhere on the bottom, hidden under the light color wood. Another great variation of the soma puzzles. You can see there are many parts that belong to a soma cube. Some are transformed a little bit, but anyway, it is based on soma and you have to fit all the parts inside of the frame. And we have only 2 puzzles left, both designed by Dr. Volker Latusek. The name of the first one is Apotheca. It was made using 2 different types of wood: limber flake and American walnut. The puzzle will remind you another design from Dr. Volker Latusek, which was released by Pelikan a few releases ago, which was called Pharmacia. This time we have a similar puzzle, and that's not easy to remove the parts from the frame. This time we have a similar puzzle, but there is a difference, since in the previous puzzle there was a small hole on the bottom. Here we don't have a hole, but we have this peg sticking out from the side. And again, we have a bunch of parts. All of them are L-shaped, like a small L or large L piece, and you have to figure out the way how to fit all of them inside of the box. Quite a difficult challenge, requires some tricky moves, and you have to find those moves and fit all the parts inside. And the name of the last puzzle is Petit Albert. It was designed by Dr. Volker Latusek. The puzzle was made using 2 different types of wood: Wenge and oak. The goal of the puzzle is quite obvious. You have to fit all 5 parts inside of the frame. But the frame has a restriction. There is like a small opening that has an L shape, and most of the parts fit through this opening easily, like this piece fits, this piece fits, all of them fit inside. But when you start solving it, you will find that you can easily put 2, maybe 3 parts inside, but then it will be absolutely impossible to fit the rest parts inside of the frame. And as you can see, 4 out of 5 parts, they have these rounded corners. That means that there are rotations involved, and the rotations are absolutely crazy, but absolutely stunning. It was the first puzzle from the release that I started solving. I spent probably like 30-40 minutes figuring out the solution, and I found it, and I was really pleased and surprised how beautiful the solution is, and I highly recommend you to grab this puzzle. I'm pretty sure it will be sold out in a minute. Since if you read Kevin Sadler's reviews of the Pelikan puzzles, he also wrote that this puzzle is absolutely must-have, and a lot of people will want to buy it. And now the most important information from this video: where and when you can buy these puzzles. They will be available at Pelikanpuzzles.eu starting from the 21st of October, that's next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central European Time. Don't forget to set up your alarm so you don't miss a chance to buy these awesome puzzles.